War in the Middle East. A story we've all heard way too many times before, yet somehow we find ourselves here again. And you could say, somehow, just like I did, in this sort of blissful ignorance. But really, when you unpack it, it's quite obvious how we found ourselves here on the brink of total reorganization of geopolitical powers and the way life goes day to day. So, without going too many different places with it, staying on the topic of the war, they've sent Marines to the Strait, I believe, a waterway. There must be a fleet of ships on its way to download some Marines, or you'll have to look more into the specifics of the operations. But just as I felt certain, the ground troops are on the way. Okay? I know what people are being told. Oh, the war's already won, you crushed them, or the war's just begun, or there isn't a war. It's all that radio chatter at once to, as always, keep you confused. But ground troops are on the way, and ground troops will be involved for a while. You have to understand that there's no leaving the Middle East now. There's the United States played a hand, right? And our entire economy is based on speculation, stock market, and everything. We pull trillions from this area in the Middle East, from the GCC. And should we pack our bags and go home? We hand over control to whoever wins, I suppose. And the economy completely collapses. So the administration, whether through willful ignorance or being a part of the plan, as you would figure, has plunged us into this conflict with no way of getting out. So the fact of the matter is the fight's coming, right? And sure, there's guys who are already in, but as time goes on, you got to get new recruits. And people don't seem to be too fancy about joining up right now. So what do you think the move is going to be? The draft. Jared Drishel had actually told me a couple weeks ago not to delete anything from the channel. So that's one of the things that, looking back and going, man, why did I ever delete any of the videos? Because much older, I say older, 2 years ago now, I would have been in Florida, early 24, uploaded a video about World War III saying there would be a draft. And here we are now, on the brink of it. That's what will be next, for sure. Because essentially it's the fork in the road. There's one of two options. It's war in the Middle East or revolt and revolution at home. Well, the people in charge would rather just send all the young guys to the Middle East to fight and die in a war instead of having them rise up against them. So that's where we're at. I've got my DD-214. Can't imagine I'd be on the draft boards at 30 years of age and prior service unless things get really bad. But the younger guys, 18, 26, oh yeah. So you have to make a choice. The fight is coming. You will have the battle. You will be a part of the war. The question is which war, right? Which battles? Off to another, seemingly the climactic banker war in the Middle East to set the lines the way the people moving the pieces of the puzzle have been aiming for quite some time now. So you want to be a part of that? Or you're part of the people who stand up for individual liberties and the ideas that identify our culture here at home. That's your options. And Gen Z deserves credit where credit's due. They've made some serious things happen in other countries. Nepal, it's wild to see. But a lot of American Gen Zs, talk a lot of stuff about what needs to be done, how to do it. You're here. You are the young adults. I'm down to ride. Let's do this. You know. So calling out Gen Z a little bit. And we'll see what happens, man. It's just wild to watch everybody, so many people just go on business as usual. Another war in the Middle East. Stock market's up. Just keep living it. But no. this is the real deal. All right? The choices people make is going to define what happens in the subsequent years. All right? So we're here. The war's happening. The ground troops are going, and the draft is coming. So what do you want to do? You want to get drafted? Or you want to fight in the Middle East? You have to put up your dukes and do it at home. Everybody knows. Everybody knows what the deal is. Everybody can look around and sense the current state of affairs. Are we just going to sit by idly and watch it all fall apart? Or spring to action? I don't want to just sit around and watch it all fall. Watch it all burn. The people en masse, very, very difficult to deal with. So, I believe in it. All right.